Last week, the Danish Queen announced her plans to strip 4 of her 8 grandchildren of their royal titles. From January 2023, Princes Nikolai, 23, Felix, 20, and Henrik, 13, and Princess Athena, 10, will no longer be referred to as prince or princess. Instead, they will assume new titles, Count or Countess of Monpezat. Queen Margrethe's decision came as a shock to her relatives, and some expressed sadness in the days following the announcement. According to the children's father, Prince Joachim, his mother's decision to strip their titles is a mistreatment. He told the national newspaper Extra Blade, "We are all very sad. It's never fun to see your children being mistreated like that. They find themselves in a situation they do not understand." In an official palace statement on Monday, Queen Margrethe apologized for upsetting her family, but stopped short of reversing her decision. In an effort to explain, the monarch wrote, "Holding a royal title involves a number of commitments and duties that, in the future, will lie with fewer members of the royal family. This adjustment, which I view as a necessary future-proofing of the monarchy, I want to take in my own time. I have made my decision as queen, mother and grandmother, but, as a mother and grandmother, I have underestimated the extent to which my younger son and his family feel affected. That makes a big impression, and for that I am sorry." Now, a royal commentator has pointed out a key reason as to why Margrethe has found herself involved in an unedifying public row, and highlights how the Queen could have avoided such an intense fallout. Read more. It's been done before. How British royal history puts Meghan and Harry title row to bed. Margrethe stripped 4 of her grandchildren of their royal titles. Image, Getty Images. Margrethe has 2 sons and 8 grandchildren. Image, Getty Images. Royal poll, should Prince and Princess of Wales titles be scrapped? Prince William and Kate were given the titles following King Charles I's accession, but an online petition to scrap the title has gathered tens of thousands of signatures. So, should the titles be scrapped? Vote in our poll here. Speaking to The Independent this week, Mr. Fitzwilliam said, "If you remove titles without agreement, as Queen Margrethe has clearly done, you risk being involved in an unedifying public row as she now is. It is one thing not to grant a title. It is undeniably harsh to remove one without consent when there has been no breach of etiquette or misbehavior." The royal commentator compared the situation to a decision made by Sweden's King Carl XVI Gustaf in October 2019, saying the Danish Queen's ruling follows it almost exactly. The King announced that the children of Princess Madeleine and Chris O'Neill, and Prince Carl Philip and Princess Sophia, would lose their HRH titles. He also declared that his 5 grandchildren would no longer be expected to perform public duties. Prince Joachim and his wife Princess Marie have expressed their sadness over the Queen's decision. Image, Getty Images. Mr. Fitzwilliam said both scenarios follow the idea that, if you're not directly the crown prince or princess, that if you subsequently had a title, it would, in a sense, be an encumbrance. However, in contrast to the current situation in Denmark, the Swedish royal family reacted positively to their monarch's push for a more slimmed-down monarchy. At the time, Princess Madeleine revealed she believed her and Chris's children, Leonor, Nicholas and Adrienne, had a greater opportunity to shape their own lives as private individuals in the future. Prince Carl Philip also saw the King's decision as a positive, noting his children will have freer choices in life. The difference between the royals' reactions shows, according to Mr. Fitzwilliams, what happens when a monarch removes titles without agreement, as Queen Margrethe has clearly done. King Carl XVI Gustaf announced that his grandchildren would no longer perform royal duties. Image, Getty Images. Trending Prince Joachim alleged he had been given just 5 days' notice about his mother's intention and claimed it differed from a similar plan that had been proposed months earlier. He said, "In May, I was presented with a plan, which basically stated that when the children each turned 25, it would happen. Athena turns 11 in January." Nikolai, Joachim's eldest son, who revealed he'd known about the Queen's decision for a little over a week, admitted he and his siblings are very sad about the change, saying, "We are, as my parents have also stated, in shock at this decision and at how quickly it has actually gone. I am very confused as to why it has to happen like this." However, not all members of the Danish royal family have spoken out against Margrethe's decision. Crown Princess Mary, who is married to the monarch's older son, suggested that, while the change may be difficult for her nieces and nephews, it is also the right decision for the monarchy. During an official engagement on Friday, Mary told reporters, "I can understand that it is a difficult decision to make and a very difficult decision to receive. Change can be difficult and can really hurt. But this does not mean that the decision is not the right one." Don't miss Harry snubbed William's offer of crisis talks over leak fears King Charles to host South Africa's Ramaphosa in first state visit. Thousands of messages sent to King Charles III after Queen's death. Crown Prince Frederik and Princess Mary are the rightful heirs to the Danish throne. Image, Getty Images. Mary shares Prince Christian, 16, Princess Isabella, 15, and twins Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine, 11, with Denmark's Crown Prince Frederik. Their titles are not affected by the Queen's ruling. She said, "We will also look at our children's titles when the time comes. Today we do not know what the royal house will look like in Christian's time, or when Christian's time begins to approach." In 2016, seemingly in another attempt to slim down the monarchy, Queen Margrethe announced only Prince Christian, as heir after his father, would receive an appanage from the crown, financial assistance. And according to a Danish commentator, the Queen's decisions may be in a bid to maintain the magic of the royal family. The Queen's move is in a bid to slim down the Danish monarchy. Image, Getty Images. Ulla Terkelsen, chief international correspondent of TV2 Denmark, told Honey9, "What the Queen is doing is very popular. She is keeping the aura and the magic of the royal family, the big parties and the horses and all that, but she is also saying that she understands the spirit of the time and the need to get rid of unnecessary titles." But Mr. Fitzwilliams identified some potential challenges a smaller monarchy may face. While he acknowledged Margrethe's desire to relieve her grandchildren of the burden of holding a royal title, the commentator claimed it could have a negative impact on the number of patronages and charities that will benefit from the royal family. He explained, "The issue is, if you have a royal patron, it gives tremendous cachet to an institution, it helps attract donors, and it gives it a very good reputation," adding that, with slimmed-down monarchies, many of these institutions will have to do without royals linked to them. It is the one debit of the slimmed-down process, and that is that fewer charities